Everybody should probably have 1% of their assets in Bitcoin.
Pow Wow, yo yippee, yay. This is Pow Wow number 15, straight with a Plan B t-shirt. Today we're going to talk about the good news and the bad news about crypto, what's happening with institutional markets. Are you ready to go for a bull run, yes or no? Then we're going to deep dive into a bit of a new project called Coin Poker that I really like very much. And then obviously we're going to talk about SwissBorg, about the Wealth app, and we're talking about as well the affiliate and ambassador program. So let's get right into this directly. Like always, it's a beautiful honor to have all these beautiful pictures. It's really great to have all you beautiful pictures. And, if you're not on this family board, please send your picture through Telegram. We'll be happy to add you. Good news of the week. We have Charlotte Amand that just started. Super excited to have her. She'll be really helping on the governance team, so all the legal administrative assistants. It's going to be really good to have her. Obviously, we're having more and more tightening regulatory framework. And obviously for that, we need to make sure that we're always on par. So it's really good to have her. Talking about great news, Alex, as you all know this guy, the brother from my real mother, but not only a fantastic community member, an amazing as well brother, and now a chief product officer. It's really, really cool to have him. He's been obviously the center of SwissBorg. You all know him through all the community chats that we had. You as well obviously know him through, for example, Crypto Nights. He's been working really hard with influencers, with a lot of people in the game. He's now an all-star, a crypto all-star in UK and London. After working now for over 3 years, well, he got to be chief partnership officer. As you guys know, he's always here to help the community, to create partnerships for projects, token listing, for anything that could make a win-win situation within a SwissBorg. He's helping a lot on the business development, on the PR, and we all love him. So please congratulate him for this title. It's been a very long time that he was hoping to get this, and for sure he really the reward makes 100% a lot of sense. So super excited for that. Joke of the week. This is funny in some sense, or I don't know, but when you compare both, is like the joke itself is maybe not as funny as we think, but what I do really believe in is that why do you need so much money to move so much money, right? Eventually those things doesn't make sense. Everything is going through technological. Look at the markets itself. 20 years ago, everything was driven by, or 30 years driven by commodities and then financials, and now it's tech. It's going to be the same thing. If you're pricing Google at such a high price, and oil is such a low price, don't you think so that's the same analogy that could go from gold to Bitcoin? So that really means, or digital assets in general, right? And I think so this is a very good example to take in consideration, saying that, not sure that gold will remain, that one. And maybe it's the first, but most probably digital gold will grow much more than essentially the first element, which was gold. And it makes 100% sense. Just think about it. So again, guys, Plan B obviously is a winning one. Negative news of the week. In terms of negative news, there's been some. The biggest one I see from here, it's really TON. I never believed in it, to be honest with you. Because obviously I believe in Telegram. I didn't believe in TON because we saw how the selling part was really done like in this old fashioned, with SAFs and people selling SAFs and SAF from 20 cents to $1.20. And it was really between that bubble when I was happening in December 2017, and there was a lot of profit making out of just Finnair. It happens that they had a lot of different case courts with SEC and the regulators in the States, which has essentially sanctioned them on multiple reasons for AML, problem with KYC, of fundraising in the States without any licenses and all that. They raised 1.6 billion US dollars, and today, zilch, nothing's happening. Second big ICO of all time, and unfortunately, they won't be able to continue the project, which I think that really sucks, because with all the amount of users that they have on Telegram, that would have been a great case. And that's maybe something to put in your brain, is that it's not because you raise money that you're going to make it. It doesn't because you're a big name that you're going to make it. And that could go to Libra, that could go to Telegram, that could go to WeChat. We really have to understand that if you don't play this in a smart way, well, eventually, you're attacking the financial world. This is something very different. When you're doing that, everyone's going to try to put you down. So unfortunately for Telegram, well, they're not going through ton. I hope the investors that put in 1.6 billion, they'll get back their money. We're not too sure about how that's going to happen. But anyways, Telegram is here probably to stick. So nevertheless, I wish them all the best. Talking about weird news, which I don't really believe, is that a lot of people have been talking about quantum and how it's going to hack crypto. I just don't believe it. You just have like a shield that will do anti-quantum probably on most blockchains. So they're building supercomputers. We know that, especially here in Switzerland and other places in the world, in the States. But I don't see any hacking, to be honest, happening on that. So don't worry, guys. And if you feel that it's secure again, deposit it, all your crypto with us. Like that, you have the MC protocol that protects it at all time. Another case that was actually quite sad is the case of the biggest ICO of all time, which is essentially EOS. They did it through a BVI company, so that was at least smart of them for them to do that. They didn't, they had some US cases, but they did protect themselves. However, obviously they didn't do KYC and AML, and now, well, they're going to be paying it. There's already being 24 million that was compensated to investors for whatever reason. We're going to have more and more cases like that for other people who raise money without going through the traditional smart way, or at least not doing the best practice for this. This is going to be a trend that will be growing and growing, especially for projects that have raised a lot of money. Fortunately for us, we won't have any of those issues. The positive news. Now, there's a lot of great news as well happening. Well, we're looking at great institutes like the World Economic Forum that is that's sharing their vision of the decentralized global economy. And when I was there, and that's why we go there, is there's a lot of inspiration that you meet a lot of interesting people, but more importantly, there's a lot of great thought leaders that go there and share their different vision, and we hope that you gain something out of it on a philosophical aspect to it, and obviously business context to grow our community. And it's really cool what they're having. So please check this out. It's really how to, especially now with COVID and everything, we're seeing more and more remote, and this decentralized world can only grow with the adoption of blockchain and crypto nations developing. So I think it's a great trend. And talking about that, while Steemit is pretty much down, now we have Reddit that's taking over. And there's a lot of crypto people over there. Essentially, as you guys know, this is actually going to happen, where instead of earning karma points, you will actually earn their own tokens that are ERC20. So you'll have a wallet on Reddit, and basically on your contribution to the platform, you'll get rewarded in tokens. I think this is super cool. This is really something I always wanted to see. And at SwissBorg, if you guys remember, within our Reddit, we had that way where essentially the karma points would be able to transfer them into CHSB tokens. Now we have this going on. So, they really read our mind, and we did talk to Reddit people in the past, and it's really exciting to have that. So I'll be definitely using it, which is really cool. USDC, well, as you guys know, this is going to be our next token for all the crypto only accounts, and as well obviously for people who want to be depositing and changing from fiat to stable coins. They're growing, and that really shows that they're credible people. There's Circle behind it, there's Coinbase, and we're really happy that we'll be supporting this movement with these guys. Last but not least, I think so it's interesting to see as well that institutional is growing. And this is great. We're seeing more and more institutional guys, Paul Tudor, Grayscale, and different hedge funds that are taking a systemic risk to the markets, and they're trying to understand that maybe not the whole philosophy behind it, but at least that there's real value behind Bitcoin, and we're growing, and this is great. Obviously, there's some negative side, which means that dominance of Bitcoin might be growing, and we might get to percent with the whole crypto assets. Maybe 80% is represented by Bitcoin, but that's only a first step, right? Then we'll go from Bitcoin. We'll say, okay, is there another one that is a bit uncorrelated to Bitcoin, or less correlated at least to the Bitcoin? Yes. And then we'll grow a little bit what you've done probably as well. You got into Bitcoin, then you got into Ether, now you're owning SwissBorg tokens, and you're growing your portfolio as we go, right? So I think so this is really good. We're seeing a lot of more people getting in for diversification, and obviously year to date Bitcoin remains one of the best asset class to be investing in, and out of 10 years probably the best investment. What else is cooking in the market? So we're really testing that $10,000. So we, as people knew, you saw the news. So for the halving, we lost 17-20%. We saw this happening essentially in the last few days, and it recovered right after. It recovered in a very sharp way, which makes sense. We're now testing that 10,000, which is not a real resistance, more like a mental resistance. But the 10,800 is that massive resistance. But as you see, this shape is forming into a U shape, which is much better for longer term. So I pretty much think it's gonna happen very soon, right? We need some more good news to go through that 10,800, and when we're going with that, we're gonna probably go for a nice territory for at least a month or two. So again. We believe we're bullish. However, if you want to get better indicators than what I just gave, please check the Wealth app. Go into the Bitcoin daily analysis, and you can look at the SwissBorg indicator. You can look at the Cyber Predictor, and obviously what the community sentiment is. Talking about projects and poker. We've been playing poker time to time every Friday, and the idea here is to introduce this real cool project. So we got introduced to this project thanks to Tony G. You guys probably all know Tony G. He's one of the best poker players in the world. But not only, he's as well a former European parliamentary, and he's a big crypto addict. Right? He's been into the game for a long time. He's a great advocate. He's really been helping a lot for mass adoption. And we, in the past, have co-invested with many of his projects where he worked in. And we've always been very happy to work with him, and we're all still in very good contact with Tony G, which is really an awesome guy. And the idea here is, we'll be listing a lot of different projects, and for that we need to make sure, first that token needs to be really cool and be used, and we want that token to expose like that. We're making all good profit. But we want to make sure as well the product is really good itself. So we need to test it. And this is a good way to test it. And then obviously, in terms of philosophy, we have to be aligned and make sure that there's win-win situations by listing them. And I really would like all of you guys to test this out. We could have soon maybe a SwissBorg contest through Coin Poker. And obviously, if you don't play poker, it doesn't really matter. Just refer other friends. But if you do, it'd be quite cool. We'd like to know what you guys think about this. And whoever beats Anthony has a big thing, because Anthony, you guys probably don't know, Not only is a genius, he is one of the best poker player I've ever seen. So let's try to do this. Please download it, install it on your desktop, and let's try to play this very soon to see if you guys like it, and then talk about maybe how we could potentially list it or not. Talking about the video of the week. Martini guy, man, this guy is awesome. I mean, you have to love this guy. He, for me, represents the real crypto adoption, right? He's a young guy. He's really cool. He's smart. He really made it by himself. He's this real doer that in the corporate world, maybe he would haven't been as successful. But I think so, as he's genuine, he's a genuine person. Everyone really likes him, and he's not only an influencer. He's actually the guy he's a smart guy. He knows how the market is played. He has always great ideas on how to essentially address the market. So obviously, Alex and the Martini guy have been good friends and sharing vision together, and a lot of different great ideas for trading. Tomorrow will be a great way to learn about better indicators to essentially help you out to trade, and a lot of different things about Bitcoin in general. So please, guys, have a look, and I hope you enjoy it as always. News of the week. I would say one of the coolest news is these things. So I won't make it bigger, but there's this random guy who downloaded the app, right? And he was, I think so, he was quite big in the community app. So he really liked, the philosophy behind SwissBorg. And slowly, he's like, oh, transparency, smart exchange, and your support is ahead of many. He started really realizing, how cool what we're doing, right? And how we're executing in a very good way, right? The post-trade transparency, the smart exchange, smart engine or smart exchange, whatever you want to call it, and how the support, the community support, how important that is. And right after, he sent a message to Chris showing that this guy, okay, you guys convinced me, I'm going premium. That is, that is exactly what we do. So thank you so much, Mario, for this. It's really cool to have you, part of the community. We really want people to appreciate as much as possible, to get into premium, to really show the value of our network, the value of our technology, and how we are community-centric, right? Not looking for making only profit and shareholder. No, not at all. On the opposite, really building an ecosystem with all the best we could take from you guys. You probably know, so for all the Swedes, hey, that's the only word I know, in TAC, we're available in Swedish Crown, we're available in all the Hungarians, Sia, Hajivoj, Yo-Yo, SwissBorg. We're super excited to have in foreign, which there's massive spreads between foreign to Bitcoin, and here there's not the case, which is really cool. Hey again, for the Norwegian, we're having a Norwegian crown, so please sell short a bit of your oil and buy some CHSB. That'll be a good thing to do. And jak se máš? Dobre večer for all the Polish people. We finally have it in Zloty too, which is really cool. So you see how we guys always think global but act local, and we really not only have obviously the language that a lot of people we speak in. We're a very diverse family at SwissBorg, but we're always all making sure that you guys have the best experience. You could deposit in local currency, you could exchange, and really track your performance in a smart way, and more importantly, not lose while you're making fees on the conversion of these different fiats, and lowering that spread that you guys could get through a smart engine. Talking about good news, we're growing, baby. 113. This is a lot of Spanish people. So great job, if Jose Maria and Jean, if you guys behind that. If you're not, well, this is exactly why the Wealth app is going to be a massive success in Spain and in Latino countries. We're having a massive, influx of downloads from the Spanish people, which is really cool. And I hope that will be the same case very soon for the Wealth app. So great, and we're not doing anything here, which is great. It's just going by itself. It's organic, and this really shows that there's two ways in the world, right? It's rather you spend shitload of marketing and you assemble some technology and you grow a big base of users, or you create something that is completely different, an ecosystem that is community centric, and you build the best technology and products, and it speaks for itself because people are the best ambassadors of their own creation, essentially. And this is exactly how we're successful with the community app, and obviously we'll be growing this community app as things goes. Okay, now guys, we've been talking about the Wealth app, but people are always trying to understand why is the Wealth app is better. We just talked about the ethos and how our mission or vision is important, right? How we're community centric, how we're creating this new meritocratic way out of a financial ecosystem. You know, that's very strong. Then you have the sexiness of our user experience and how it's easy to go to onboard and do everything, right? That's the two main reasons why everyone should download the Wealth app. If people are not convinced, let's go through the 8 different ways very quickly, and we'll have a full video of doing that. So onboarding, within a snap, 10 minutes, it's done, and it's compliant. We're doing it in a legal manner, okay? Then you can deposit in your local currency with 0 fees, which is amazing. We already have 10 different currencies. We'll be adding more and more as things goes, which is really cool. You're not too sure where to invest and what to invest in? No problem. We make so much content and videos and documents that within a snap you could, be an expert on any of these projects and make sure that, you think so it's profitable. Make sure as well it's going to be, you understand the product and the philosophy is aligned with you. Then, if you're not too sure how to trade, it's okay. We have set up the easiest way for you to trade like best pro, traders. The cyber predictor, SwissBorg indicator, the community sentiment really allows you to buy and sell, to grow your position, to deleverage your position in a very easy manner. So just follow that, like in the community app, right? But even better. Number 6, well, you want to be premium. I mean, how can you not want to be premium? Just trade for free on most assets and be part of the growing token that in terms of volume and price is going to the moon. You definitely want to get to that. Smart, the smart engine, I mean, it's just beautiful. This post-trade transparency shows you that anyone could profit from the inefficiencies on the market within that. A fraction of a second, you could go from fiat to crypto or back or vice versa, or just crypto to crypto, but really profiting by doing these different sequences of trades through multiple different fiat gateways and cryptos. All that to get a better experience, save time, but as well buy lower and sell higher. Track your performance. Portfolio Story tells you everything. If you're making money or not, this is a very smart way to actually understand, are you losing money right now or are you making money? And that is extremely important, right? Last but not least, security is the most important thing, especially in the crypto world after Mt. Gox and all these different scams and all these shitty exchanges and all these banks that are going down as well. We are first depositing your funds into top tier banks. Okay, this is something that no one has. Number 2, we eliminate the single point of failure of private keys. We don't hold private keys for internal or external hacks. Thanks to the MPC technology, enables to destroy these private keys, and through the algorithm, it essentially computes the different security and to different servers, and therefore you don't have the risk to getting hacked. And even if you lose your phone or whatsoever, you could even lose the 12 memo phrases, not like on your private keys, cold storage. Well, it doesn't matter. Again, we could just redo KYC and you could retrieve your account and all your funds with it. So that is the 10 reasons why people should be on the Wealth app and using it as much as possible. Talking about the Wealth app, 4,500 people on it. Over 5 million. This is a great number. Next one is 10 million. Super excited to be over 5 million, which is really cool. We have close to 2 million in volume. You see that people are really, really taking profit of it. The average fee saved per token staked in the app is 10 cents. So that means that people that is using the premium, if they didn't have the premium, the price of the token would already be 10 cents. So that really shows that you know, premium is the way to do it, guys. It's a very smart way for you to save fees and as well invest into amazing token, which is the SwissBorg token. And I think so that makes 100% sense. So if you have a premium, just go for it. With that being said, you know, which is very important here is that we have now 30 million CHSB stakes, and this number is growing, and we have performed 2,200 exchange so far, which is really good. New about the products. Okay, multi-currency account. Very soon we're going to be launching in 100 countries. That's a crazy 100 countries will be launched, okay? And we'll have fiat and crypto, and we'll have as USDC as well for the crypto only accounts. We have been looking at people saying, well, you know, I mean, I would really like to be possible if I could deposit not only CHF or only euros or whatsoever, but have multiple different currencies. So yes, we listen to you guys, and you'll be able, if you're, for example, based in Europe, be deposit US dollars, Canadian dollars, or other different fiats that we'll be bringing on the table. So this is great. So for Swiss people, if you want to send euros, that'll be possible through Instant SEPA, which is really cool as well. And you'll be able eventually as well to trade from Swiss francs to euros, or, you know, and vice versa. For the first step, you'll be only able to deposit and withdraw. However, if you want to like deposit CHF, you want to change them into Bitcoin and then go from Bitcoin to euros, that will be possible. So you'll be able to have multiple fiat, which is, I think, so super cool, and it's a big step for us as well. Last but not least, SwissBorg Ambassador Handbook. Stan has done an amazing job, guys. This is really cool. This is how we're gonna grow, how we're gonna reward you, and this ambassador program is just so cool. For those lucky people that are part of the program, it's gonna kickstart very soon. So we're super excited about that. It's going to be a great way to grow the network, great way for you to empower yourself, learn new skills, train you as most as possible, and as well grow in terms of governance power within the ecosystem. So I'm super excited about all the people joining this. For the people that are interested in the similar mission, obviously there's the affiliate program, which is really interesting as well. It's a great way for you to really grow again. Obviously it's a more do-yourself program. We'll have a lot of tips on how to help you. We believe that, you know, this is multiple different reasons why you should be coming to the affiliate program. It's really good for influencers, good for people have network. You know, you can make a great passive income, support a great cause as well, which is our mission and vision at SwissBorg. And, you know, there's a lot of different content that you could. So if you want to be an affiliate, please press on this button, make it happen, and be part of this growing network that we love so much at SwissBorg. As you guys know, for me, it's always a great pleasure. If there's anything you want me to cover for next week, just post it, you know, write it down in the comments. With much love, guys. It's been a super great ride so far this last 2 months of the Wealth app. The next months are going to be growing and getting better and better. We're going to go through this 3 cents as well, resistance. We're going to break it anytime soon. I know it's been a long time we're doing that, but we're going to get through, so I'm super confident about that. Much love, guys. Plan B as always. Take care. Bye.